I am so in love with my wife. I don't want to cry. She's so perfect for me because where I am weak, she is strong, and where I am nervous, she is brave, and she defends me and my family.
I think I made the first move. Did I make the first move? And I totally made the first move. Everything that Candice touches, she makes beautiful. Everything from our house to our lives to the way she teaches English. So Candice is the love of my life. I think she's amazing, and the fact that she wants to spend the rest of her life with me is the greatest thing ever.
I remember even thinking, I'm just never gonna be married. I'll be like single the rest of my life and date people and maybe be a single mom one day if I'm lucky. But it was days after knowing her that I knew I was gonna get married. And it was just that feeling, knowing that I could have this future that, you know, as this young LDS girl that I'd always wanted, was one of the best just feelings of my whole life.
Well, I feel like before we even knew we wanted to get married, we wanted to have a family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then the day that 20th, and we just right there, without friends, family, anybody, we just got married right in the hallway. and then Megan cried through the whole thing, which is absolutely adorable.
Why do we have to bring that part up? The biggest and most important thing for me, at this point, we'd been married, we had the big reception, flew out, did New York, and that was legitimate for me. But for getting married in Utah, it meant adopting Quinn and being legally connected to Quinn.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, I don't care what we're wearing, I don't care what we're doing. We need to get down to the courthouse immediately. I need to get married to you, and I need to be connected to Quinn.
On that December 20th, after we had gotten married, we were driving in the car. It was later in the day, we were going to visit our parents. We were in the car driving, and Megan, both of us were just so happy, you know? And Megan looked over at me and she said, "Does it feel different to you?" Because it feels different to me.
Before that point, I was always thinking, you know, we've got to earn enough money so we can go live in Washington or California, or, you know, as soon as we can, I want to move out of the state. I want to raise Quinn and the rest of our kids in an environment that will be supportive and that won't look at her weird in a grocery store because she has two moms.
And it was that day that she said, "We can stay in Utah."
In the supermarket, and people will look at us, and it's just like, we're just living here. We just want to be a part of Utah too, and we love Utah, and there's so much to offer.
Why don't you move? And I grew up here. This is my home. I have my career here, my family here. I know these streets and these neighborhoods, and sure, we can travel, we can go places, but this is my home. I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna be. I read this beautiful article about a man who grew up in Utah, got so frustrated with the culture here that he moved to San Diego, and then he came back, and it happened to be the weekend of Pride. And people kept telling him, "Go to Pride, go to Pride, go to Pride. It's a big deal here in Salt Lake." And he was thinking, "Oh, it's a big deal in Salt Lake because it's Salt Lake." But finally, they convinced him to go, and he just said something about how he walked in and just started sobbing. Because he said, and I love this kind of quote, it's not word for word, but he said something to the effect of, "I thought I was so brave for leaving. And then I realized it was the people who were the most brave are those that stayed. And if it weren't for them, it wouldn't be like this now." And Megan and I really want to be able to stay because I feel like our family is making a difference in this community.